Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Olivarez. I will be your student second grade teacher. I'm going to share this PowerPoint presentation with you. I will email it out to you so you have it for future reference. Our team for second grade this year will be Miss Lansden, Mrs. Jones, and myself. So we will have 3 sections. A little bit about me. This is my 10th year of teaching. I am from Dodge City, Kansas originally. That's where I met my husband Darren. We met in high school. Our families are still out there, so we go back quite a bit, which makes it nice that we can see everybody when we go back. I went to Emporia State and got my Bachelor of Science in Education. I did my Master's of Science in Education through Newman University. This will be my 8th year at Rising Star. I have taught first grade for 8 years, and then this will be my second time teaching second grade. So I have looped one time before, and I really enjoyed it and feel like the kids and the parents did as well. Darren and I have 2 dogs. They're Shih Tzus, Trixie and Teddy. We live in Lenexa, so we might see you around. All right, so here is a rundown of our second grade schedule. The whole school does morning mindfulness, and what that looks like in our classroom is students begin the day by journaling about how they're feeling and what zone they're in. So we do zones of regulation, and we will do more learning and more practice and more activities with that throughout the year. And then Mrs. Horn has made these videos with students to get our minds and our bodies ready and calmed and focused for the day. So they're like breathing exercises. Then we'll do calendar, which kind of sets the tone and kind of goes through what we're going to do for the day. And then we'll have a morning meeting. We take restroom breaks as a class, but if students need to go throughout the day at different times, they are allowed to go. We'll have reading, English language arts, which includes reading, writing, and grammar. We'll have our first recess at 9:30, and then we'll come in and have a snack, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. We'll finish our reading block, have another restroom break, and head to lunch at 11:05. Come back from lunch and have a read aloud, and then we'll start math. At 1 o'clock, we'll have our second recess, and then we'll have social studies or science. This year, their specials classes will be at the end of the day at 2:10, so that means we'll pack up and they will take their things with them to specials. And then I will get them from specials classes, get them where they need to go, and dismissed at 3:10. Our schedule this year is different if you were with me last year. So A Day is going to be art with Mrs. Hartman, B Day music with Miss Melita, C Day gym with Mr. Haskell, and D Day library with Mrs. Fontaine. My second grade goals for my classroom and for my students is to be a student-centered, student-first environment, to give students the academic and social skills they need to be successful for a changing world, to provide them a supportive and safe classroom environment, and to individualize and differentiate instruction and learning. Here's a link to summaries for each of the subject areas specific to second grade. So you can click that and read more about the goals for second grade in each subject area. Our reading curriculum is called Wonders, and we've had that for several years. And the major components include an essential question that we'll have for the week, vocabulary for the week, we'll have several read alouds, shared reading stories, phonics, so we'll have a letter card and spelling to focus on for the week. We'll have phonics, writing, and grammar, and this is provided by the district. There's also supplemental research-based interventions and resources that we use. Math is called Engage New York, or Eureka Math. I will call it Engage New York. And same as you had in first grade. You're going to have fluency practice, concept development, and application problem. This was on Seesaw most days, student debrief, and an exit ticket. This math curriculum is online, so you can see the lessons and the sprints and the other resources that go with it. To build relationships, we have a STAR student every week, and that's going to start September 9th, and so you can see a link to the schedule. So every student is assigned to a week, and each day your student gets to do or bring something special to get to know them a little bit better. Another way we build relationships is through show and tell. So that's every Friday we have school. Students take turns bringing in one item to share with the class, so we get to know the student a little bit more through what they're sharing. And then it also practices speaking in front of the class, in front of a group, and then listening and responding. There's a schedule down below, and students are assigned to a group, and then the groups rotate each week. All right, to help support our classroom community, we have PBIS, BIST, and Second Step. So to go with PBIS, we have school Starbucks. So that's kind of like the school's currency or money system, if you will. So this is the Starbucks that you're going to hear your student talk about. So staff members give it out when they see them being safe, responsible, or respectful. And in our classroom, we have a school store twice a month so students can save and spend from a menu. PBIS, BIST, and Second Step, those three work together. They're research-based behavior management programs. Students and adults partner to make a plan to manage behavior. It also has positive expectations to create a healthy school environment. And Second Step is great at teaching social skills, things like self-regulation, empathy, emotion management, friendship skills, and problem solving. Arrival. Breakfast, like last year, 7:40. If your student eats breakfast or doesn't but gets there before 8 a.m., they'll go to the gym, sit by grade level. If students get there after 8 a.m., they're usually directed to the classroom. So teachers go down to the gym, walk the kids back as a grade level. The last bell rings at 8:10, and if your students get there after 8:10, please check them in at the office and get a tardy pass. So if I've taken attendance, I know the secretaries have seen them. Dismissal, same as last year. If you want your student to be a front pickup or front walker, they meet at that front door by the art room, and you will park and walk up and be waiting when the kids come out. If you want to get in the car line, students go to the gym, and then they are walkie-talkied outside when you are at the front. JCPRD, daycare, and bus riders go to the cafeteria, and then daycare and bus are dismissed out from there. And then trail walkers, same thing, that back door, and a staff member walks them to the trail. If you'd like to see the dismissal video, how it works with the car line, click the link below. Lunch, 30 minutes. So on regular school days, 11:05 to 11:35. Early dismissal, 10:25 to 10:55. You're welcome. Family members, welcome to join us. Just check in at the office, meet us by the cafeteria. Don't have to let us know ahead of time, can pay the same day. Birthday treats. Last year we had this, no food is allowed, but we do celebrate birthdays. So families can still bring in or send in things. We saw Play-Doh, we saw pencils, stickers, bubbles. You guys were so creative last year. I try to celebrate it close to the student's actual birthday. I'll email you, and if you want to, we can set something up. Half birthdays are celebrated for those June and July kids. We celebrate it in winter. Here is the formal Shawnee Mission note explaining their reasoning with no food for birthday treats. Field trips, we're still working on scheduling those. How those will work though is you're going to get a permission slip form. You'll sign it and return it if you want your student to go. If there's money or a fee, it'll say it on there and you'll send that back. We'll give you more details as it gets planned and closer, and then I'll email parents if you want to help volunteer. You can let me know. So we are still working on getting those scheduled. Conferences are going to go back to the way they were in years past. So if you're familiar with that, it will be for fall conferences on Thursday, October 24th, and I'm going to have them from 4:30 to 8 p.m., or Friday, October 25th from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So click that link below and get signed up for a fall conference. Snack, like I said earlier, it's going to be about 9:45 after that first recess. So you're going to send it in for your student, not for the class. I encourage healthy, something easy and quick to eat, just a quick refuel before we go to lunch and kind of give a little break in our day. Also, I encourage you to send a water bottle. They can take it home every night or leave it for the week and bring it home to be washed and bring it back. So snack and water bottle is encouraged. Technology. We have technology to enhance and support learning. It extends thinking. It provides additional resources. It provides research opportunities. We differentiate different abilities and needs through technology. And every student is issued an iPad. For second grade, it's going to always stay at school. It's not going to go home. Seesaw is a great way to see what your students are doing, and they post it. And last year we had great response with you guys typing comments or leaving voice comments. So I'll send out a new link once iPads are issued. Other apps we used, Redbird, Zern, Extra Math, Freckle, Epic. There's more. How it works for these younger kids under 13 now, district has a manager, and they put the approved apps in manager, and then kids can go into that manager and download them. Homework, so 3 big parts. Reading logs, just to promote reading at home, extend our reading at school. Give you a reading log at the beginning of the month. Write down those books you read or the nights you read. Maybe you're working on a book that took several nights. So if you read 10 or more days, bring it back at the end of the month and you'll have lunch with me. It's optional if you want to do it. Also send home weekly homework menus, sent on Mondays, opportunities just to practice those reading, math, science, writing skills. You'll return those on Fridays, and for every box you do, you'll cross it off or initial, and I'll give kids Starbucks for that. Again, homework is optional, your choice if you want your student to do it. Family journals. We did these last year, and I know Mrs. Mock did as well. Kids are going to write a letter to you, usually about what we're doing at school. You'll write back throughout one day throughout the week. Bring it back by Friday, so it's ready to go by Monday. That'll start September 9th, and I'll send more information about that as we get closer. All right, communication. So I'm going to send weekly newsletters Friday afternoons about what we're going to be learning the next week, events coming up. Remind app, it's kind of like texting. So you'll download it, use that link to get set up to our class, and then you can use it to text me. Twitter, there's my handle. Use that. I use that to post what's going on in our room. Email, of course. Easy way to get a hold of me, Christina Olivarez at smsc.org. Phone, my extension has changed, so I'm trying to get that memorized. 913-993-4526 goes back to our room. Most of the time, it's turned off and goes straight to voicemail. They have it set up that way, so you can just leave me a voicemail. And then we'll have a take-home folder, so kids will be bringing home work, notes. Check that every night. Empty it. Send back notes if you need to. Last thing, Popsicles in the Park, Saturday, August 24th. It's an opportunity to hang out with second grade teachers and classmates. All family members are welcome, parents and siblings. Teachers, the 3 of us are going to provide popsicles and ice cream. Just a chance for the 3 classes to get to know the teachers and each other, exchange information, set up play dates, set up birthdays. It's going to be at Sarco Park at the Sunflower Shelter at 11 a.m. So if you'll RSVP at that link, let us know about how many people are coming. And then for our class alone, that second link is a Google Doc if you want to share your email to communicate with parents in our class. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful for you to give you a brief overview of things to get us started for the new school year. Again, if you have any questions or need to reach out, please feel free to do so using one of the ways I mentioned, email, phone, remind. I'm looking forward to getting to working with your students, you as a family, getting to know you, and I hope you had a great summer, and I hope you're excited for a great new school year. Thank you so much.